Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use GitHub Copilot with Azure DevOps aka ADO within VS Code. Okay, so first, I want to make it clear. I would like to begin with two small terms, which are like the new way how things works, right? First is the HTTP, which stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and this was used, or this is the standard way which was used to communicate with the internet, right? And we are aware of that already. And there is this MCP, which stands for Model Context Protocol. So this allows an AI assistant to communicate with the tools, or even other agents or other services. So this is the new protocol that allows us to do the communication similar to what HTTP did for us in those days. So there is a simple difference. HTTP connects the application over the web, and MCP, it's like an extender that extends the AI to connect with the external tools. I would put your Copilot as a brain, and MCP is kind of the hands that helps you to grab hold of other things, right? And there is some pre-requirements that I want you to make a note of before even we get started. So the pre-requirements are: we need first VS Code, of course, and we need a GitHub account via which we will have this Copilot access enabled, and we need, of course, the Node.js on our machine, which enables the agentic AI to perform certain web requests, and in order to enable the MCP extensions to connect with the rest of the world. And we of course need the Azure or ADO dashboards, via which we will be able to fetch our work items listed over there. And then in our terminal, all we have to do is node v, which will tell us if we have the node version installed or not. We could also do npm v, which tells us the package manager is installed or not. Azure dashboards, in which we have a few work items in place. So I've created a few placeholders in here with a good first epic, which has an issue, and the issue has a task. So now let's fetch these in our using our MCP tool, right? So the first step that matters is getting the Copilot access, right? So we will have to go to the extensions, which is under the VS Code tabs, which goes by this cubes, and you will have to install the GitHub Copilot extension, which is over here. So this allows or enables you to access Copilot from the VS Code. And the next extension that we will be making use or is a kind of MCP server plus an extension. So it is called the Git DevOps Assistant. Yeah, so this is the second extension that we will be using, which allows both you as well as your Copilot to communicate with the Azure dashboards or the ADO, right? This part is very important, because if not configured properly, then it won't allow you to access the work items in the ADO. And the third extension that we will be using today is the GitHub. And GitHub, there are so many extensions, but I want you to primarily focus on the MCP resource. So I'll add this MCP filter, which will give us the MCP for the GitHub. So I use this one, which is from the GitHub itself under the MIT license. So I'll do the installation of all of this. So I'll install the GitHub MCP, and I'll do an installation of Git DevOps. And of course, we already have the GitHub Copilot, so I'll get started. So once this is done, you could see some you will have to sign in order to get this access. So if you go here, you could see here it is asking for the MCP to be authenticated with the Microsoft Azure dashboard. So we'll click on that, click on your account, do the sign in, and post which you could see that your success message. So now the flow of VS Code getting connected to Copilot, then with the MCP using the Azure dashboards is done. Then I would want you to check once more, if we have the GitHub extensions also configured and signed in, so let me click that again. Okay, so once this is done, I would want you to do a reload of the windows so that the extensions get enabled. Yeah, so now you could see GitHub DevOps assistants here. All right, so once we are done with the extension, so we'll go quickly check our authentication status. For that, we need Command Shift P or Control Shift P in Windows. Go type DevOps authentication status. So it should tell you with a green check mark that you are active. And so by default, it fetches whatever is there configured for you. So if you happen to be a multiple project user and you have to specifically fetch a specific project, then what you can do is do Command Shift P or Control Shift P, do DevOps configuration. So you could see it is asking for uh, the name of your organization, which in my case happens to be the Kindle Sandbox DevOps. Sorry, the sandbox environment. I'll just copy it and paste it over here, right? Then you could see that it is getting updated. I'll have to do a reload window, and then once the reload is done, you could see all the list of work items which is listed, and you could see that. So now we'll go to the agent and specify the tool that we want it to use, Azure DevOps, right? So you could do by going over here, add context, and then tools, then select Azure DevOps. Then this is just optional. You explicitly tell the agent to use this specific MCP resource. Is this work item? I just give the work item name or number or link. It should be able to fetch you, right? Cool, it generated. So we have seen how to fetch a work item from our ADO within the VS Code. Now we will see how to create or to update. So I have the priority 2. So I want the MCP tool to change it to priority 1. I just give that. Let's verify before it does the change. So we have this good first issue and the priorities too. So if we go back here, it is going to change and it is asking for us to allow. I'll do the allow so that it gets the right permission. Once it's done, let's go check back in here, right? Whoa, that was really quick. So, and if you happen to be a architect who is working with multiple stories spanning across different sprint, and you have backlog, now you have to move across some different sprints, so you have n number of child work items under it, and you have to go change the target date, or you have to mark them all closed. Feel free, because MCP is gonna do all the hard work for you. With that said,